All right, so today is the day that I'm going to flip this whole tent to flower. As you can see, I don't want to let this veg anymore. It's taken up way too much space already, and it's going to explode. Once there's the stretch, these plants are going to be huge. So I'm going to just trim them all down, defoliate, spread them all out. I'll probably top feed them, top dress them with some bloom nutrients before I flip the lights. And then today, once the lights actually go off, they won't go back on for another 12 hours. So today will be the day one of flower. So this is just what they look like right now. Before I actually top dress and defoliate and, LST them a little more, and then I'll show you afterwards what they look like in the tent. This is so just so you know, there's 3 5-gallons in the back. 1, 2, 3, you can kind of see them. Then there's 2-gallon pots in the front. 1 in the back, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of them. As you can see, I ended up finding more of those plastic, they're actually just like little containers, but they work perfect to like raise the plants. So I found a few more. I found like 3 more. So now each one of them is on a stand by themselves. So the canopy is totally even. Try and take this off and I'll show you real quick. Canopy is pretty even if you can see it. So once I defoliate, LST, and flip, I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so this is after I cut, defoliated a bunch, bent the branches again, spread them all out wide open. I gave each plant 3 scoops of the Dr. Earth Flower Girl. So I'm gonna flip these to flower today, and then I'll update you guys probably next week. This is the amount of leaves that I took off. So if you look, hang on, let me spin the phone. It's a lot of leaves, and I use FOOP, which is organic nutrients. All of this will explode back with growth in like 3 days. Watch. I'm gonna give it a nice watering, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like after the watering as well. All right, so this is what they look like after I just fully watered them. I gave them regular water with FOOP in it. I'm still giving them the vegetative blend. I'm just kind of finishing up the reservoir I have mixed. So once it's done, then I'll switch over to the bloom nutrients and the tent. But yeah, once these things start stretching, I'll see how far up they're going, and then I will show you the trellis net thing that I built. I built like a custom size trellis net for this tent with PVC edging, so it like remains firm. It works way better to hold the branches down rather than continuing to tuck and having to use zip ties to tighten it and all that other craziness. The frame just keeps it all in one spot. So I'll probably do another video in like 2 or 3 days to show you what these look like. So this will be totally filled out. All right, so this right here is the trellis piece that I was talking about. Right now the tent is closed, but as you can see, this thing is the perfect measurements. So it's 2 by 4. It's a little bit less than 4, a little bit less than 2. It's probably like 23 inches by, like 47 inches or something like that. And I have, as you can look up close, I put the trellis netting over. So let me hold it with my leg real quick. This is the trellis net. So this is like it's like the flimsy netting that you'll buy. You got it on Amazon for like $8. Then I went around and cut it off at the very edges, and I used zip ties to affix it permanently to the PVC. Then through the middle, I put this is just an old like shoelace or something I had laying around. I use this to keep the PVC together rather than having it constantly going like this. But this actual feature right here, the fact that it can bend back and forth, kind of like, see how I'm doing it like this? This is good when you're actually trying to install it, because then you can kind of maneuver it into the space, and then I use zip ties for the corners. So on each one of these corner pieces, I'll put a large zip tie that I have. I have like really heavy duty ones. I'll use those to put them on the side poles of the tent right here. And then I can slide this thing, this trellis net, up and down. So this thing is great. This thing was probably the best thing that I've done. I only used it 2 times, but the 2 times that I used it, it was totally perfect. It made my life way easier. So I'm gonna try and use it again, but I usually don't put it in until I know how much stretch I'm gonna get. Doesn't make sense to put it in the tent and then have to take it out and then readjust the light and readjust the trellis net. So I usually wait till about week 3 of flower, and then I'll put this thing in and then, you know, move it down on top of the canopy, and then I'll tuck the branches. So I'll show you how I do it when I get to that point. This is just like a little plant tie that was on here from the last time I used it. So I'm just gonna leave it on here. I'll probably use it again this time anyway. So, but that's the piece. So once I put it in, I'll definitely do a video of that as well to show you how I install it and kind of what it does compared to just a regular trellis net.